पार, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero, come get level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vividho Vasana Vyuha Shubhaschaiva Shubhaschate, Vasanau Ghena Shuddhena तत्र चेत अपनीयसे तत्क्रमेण शुभेनैव पदम प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम. Vasistha ji is now instructing Ram the technique, the view, the yukti. There are two types of thought predominance in our self. One type is good, one type is bad. Bad means, good means what? Whatever is acceptable in the society wherever we are staying, that is good. And whatever is not acceptable in our society, in our culture, that is bad. This is one understanding. Second understanding, there are many good people, but they also have got two types of thoughts. One type of thought is they are very negative in their thinking. They can't think positive. We come across such people. One person asked me, Swamiji, you are running around so much, but people don't change. Don't you feel frustrated? So I told him, now I am feeling frustrated talking to you. See, a frustrated person cannot achieve anything in life. And what is the frustration or negative thinking? Negative thinking is it ever possible that you should not have any bad thoughts? See, therefore, this negative thinking should be dropped and positive thinking should be adopted. So, what is the negative thinking? I don't think it is possible. Positive thinking, why it is not possible? It is possible. So, this is what is mentioned here. Vasanau negan shuddhena tatra chet apaniyase. So, our wrong approach in life, a negative approach, should be dropped. See, there was a great Mahatma. He approached, during his sadhana period, approached another great Mahatma. And he said, Sir, I am trying to do the japa, but my mind runs here and there. I am not able to do. What should I do? So he was scolded. You are a brahmachari, you come from a cultured family, you are born as a Vipra, the Brahmin, you have got good samskar. If you take this approach, it is not possible, then who will do it? Bhagavan also says the same thing to Arjun. Klaibhyam masma gamam partha. Don't yield to impotency. What is impotency? A negative thinking is important. So here the teacher says to Rama that Shuddhena vasana oghena tatra chet apaniyase. So be positive in it. It is possible. Why it is not possible? Our problem is the mouse. We sit for meditation. And then, Swamiji, I tried. Even 2 minutes I cannot sit. How many times you tried? 2 minutes. Now what can you do to such a person? Therefore, tat kramena shubhenaiva padam prapsasi shashvatam. Have patience. Achated atha ched ashubho bhavaha yatna jetavya eva saha. So if we have got a negative thinking, we have to conquer it over. How it can be done? It can be done. Avoid those companies wherein you feel very low in spirit. You must have come across. There are some people in whose company you feel better commit suicide than to be with this fellow. Avoid. Don't worry about the world. Then Swamiji, I will have to go away because I cannot stay comfortably with my mother-in-law. What cannot be cured should be endured. And only endurance is not spiritual life. What cannot be cured should not be endured, and endurance must be converted into enjoyment. Enjoy, fun. See? So, athachet ashubho bhavaha, if you have got this negative thinking, jetavyaha yatnena. So you have to put efforts, you can conquer it. Then shubha shubhabhyam margabhyam vahati vasana sari paurushena prayatnena yojaniya shubhe pati. Our mind is always running in two directions. This also thought comes in the Bhashya of Yoga Sutra by Vedavyasa. There also he says the same. Chitta Nadi, the river of mind, always flows in both directions. Normally the river flows in one direction. But this river, the mind that is, it flows in two directions. See? Shubha Ashubhabhyam. Sometimes the mind goes in the very wrong way, and afterwards we are ourselves frustrated. I don't know why this kind of thoughts come in my mind. So this is how it happens. Then what is to be done? Margabhyam bhavati vasana sarir paurushena prayatnena. So try this thing. When you go to sleep, don't demonstrate. When you go to sleep, before going to sleep, chant some Lord's name, or read some stories of great masters, or listen to some stotras, and in that you go to sleep. See? Instead of that, we keep awake up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and we keep on seeing all horror things everywhere. The ghost stories, the crime, and then you go to sleep. After seeing the ghost stories on the TV or internet, you sleep. Do you think Bhagwan Krishna will come in your dream? Bhagwan Krishna will come in the form of a ghost, because that impression has gone so deep. Therefore, if you can enter sleep quickly, you are on the right track. Not in the satsanga, in the bed. If you enter into sleep without effort in satsanga, then you are realized. In your bed, then you are on the path. So you decide where you are. Hey friends. So, Shubha Shubhabhyam Margabhyam Vati Vasana Sarit Paurushena Prayatnena. You have to put efforts. What are the efforts? Firm resolution in life. And it cannot be done. Okay, slowly, 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 nothing happens. I'll tell you an example. I was absolutely free from taking sweets. And my host in South Africa, she was told by the organizer, Swamiji is very strict, he is very disciplined, they create a wrong picture about me wherever I go. So when I went there, straight away I went to the kitchen, started kettle. I said, where are the tea leaves? And they were all shocked because they were all standing there now as if some Rakshasa is coming in their house. And then I prepared my black tea and I was sitting. I said, give me some snacks, biscuits. So she said, Swamiji, we were told that you are very strict, you do not tolerate this, that. But I said, anyway, doesn't matter. Get me sugar also. Then I put 3 teaspoons of sugar in my cup. So that lady said, Swamiji, now I am relaxed with you. I said, but don't climb on my head. You will slip and fall down. Then you are not taking sweets. Is it not? I said, yes. But shall I tell you something? How many times tea you take per day? I said 5, 6 times. Every time 3 teaspoons sugar. How much sugar you consume? And then you say, I don't take sweets. Then she gave me this good idea. She said, eat sweets. Don't take sugar in tea. I said, yes, you are perfectly right. I'll adopt it right now. So that tea where I had sugar, I say, you take it. I don't want it. Again, I prepared. No. You can do it slowly. I say, slowly, nothing happens. For 1 or 2 days, the tongue will cry, complain. Who cares? Our Mahamantra. Who cares? And after 2, 3 days, it became okay, normal. If you are convinced that we are on the wrong track, you have to change. Nobody can do it for us. Therefore, Paurushena Prayatnena, you have to put effort. Paurusha means what? Paurusha means commitment to the cause without compromise. That is commitment. Okay, I'll try. I will take a little less sugar and then maybe in a week's time I will reduce. This doesn't happen. In one go. Now apply this everywhere. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. Okay, I'll try. No. Strictly follow that. That is Paurusha. So Paurushena Prayatnena Yojaniya Shubhe Pati. Therefore, our mind should be firmly dictated to go the right way. No, but suppose I take little sugar, no means no. Be strict with yourself. See? Ashubheshu samavishtam shubheshu eva avataraya saddigdhayam api bhrusham shubham eva samahara. Ashubheshu samavishtam. See, if our mind is too much habituated with wrong habits, Ashubheshu samavishtam, then Shubheshu eva avataraya, pull it back to the right way. Normally what happens? We justify our wrong ways. See, I can't leave smoking. I cannot. Why you cannot? If you are convinced that this is wrong, you will do it. But instead of that, we are told by the doctor, you take 1 teaspoonful of sugar and then your legs will be amputated because your sugar in your blood has increased so much that it will lead to gangrene and you have to die. Okay? Doctor, is it that serious? Yes. But if I take injection and then eat sweet, see? Those who cannot control their tongue is 2 in 1. talking, tongue. Tasting, rasana. In English, there are no two words. Rasana means the instrument used for tasting, and jivha means instrument used for talking. So two in one. So if we control our tongue, controlling tongue, eating, always keep the hunger alive in the stomach. We should always have hunger. Like, you must have seen those places where there is fire burning around the year. They put so much that only the fire is kept alive. They will not put so much that even the fire dies away. No. If you have seen the dhuni of the Nath Sampradaya, there you come across this. In the same manner, let the hunger in our stomach be maintained instead of getting a complaint from inside. I don't think I can eat anymore. No. Tongue control. Two things. Choice of food and quantity of food. The second thing, tongue is used for talking. For that our Mahamantra is, Dekho, Suno, Manbonu. Try these two things. Then, Ashubheshu Samavishtam, Shubheshu Eva Avataraya. So our wrong ways of doing the things under the impulse of our wrong habits has to be conquered. So, Sandigdha Yam Api Prusham. Even if you have a doubt about something, even then, Shubham Eva Samahara. Therefore, we should not compromise than keeping our mind uncontaminated. Tataha Pakva Kashayena Nunam Vidnyata Vastunam Shubho Shubha Api Asautvaya Tyajyo Vasanoga Diradina. This is so deep thought, be attentive. In this manner, Tataha Pakva Kashayena Nunam Vidnyata Vastuna. When we are thus following the right way, now what is the right way? Be attentive. When we are functioning in this world, where is our attention? Is our attention on the world? Is attention on I? Or is the attention on the quality of the mind before we take up something during the execution of that job, and after the job is over, what is the quality of our mind? Mind must remain inspired, quiet before we begin anything. That inspiration and quietness should not be compromised when we are functioning through that mind. And after the job is over, the mind continues to be inspired and calm. See? Otherwise, what happened? Yaar, ab bahut pad liya. Let's go for a movie. No. If our attention is on the mind, see? Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashi nirmamo bhutva yuddhasva vigata jvaraha. Function under inspired mode. Vigata jvaraha, don't get frustrated in your life. So, in this manner, when pakva kashayena, when our positivity becomes mature enough, then vidnyata vastuna, then we are able to get the glimpses of the divinity that we are. Now you all must have experienced this sometime or the other. Sometime we get up from the sleep and for no reason we are so happy. Most of the time we get up from the sleep, shouting at each other, all kinds of, or we get out of the sleep. It is 9:45. No. Let it be 10 o'clock. Again you look into it. Oh, 10:05. Let us make it 10:30. We don't want to give up the bed. Getting out of sleep is never a problem. Getting out of bed is the problem. Upanishad knew this. Therefore it said, Uttishtata Jagrata. First of all, get out of the bed and then awake. We try the other way around. We are awake but don't get out of the bed. This Tataha pakva kashayena nunam vijnata vastuna. So if we are abiding in our divine, even for a moment, you are inspired, cheerful, happy and positive. Tat pakva kashayena. See, these are all the symptoms. When we go to the doctor, we don't tell the disease. Doctor Sahab, I got this disease. No, we tell the symptoms. From the symptoms, the doctor arrive at what is the disease. In the same manner, what are the symptoms that we are in close proximity of our divinity? Bhagavad Gita. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samaha sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. Brahma bhuta prasannatma. The first symptom of proximity to the divinity is you are ever cheerful and happy. First symptom. Spiritual evolution does not mean you start getting two horns, onida, and a tail. No. Therefore, pakva kashayena nuna vijnata vastuna. So slowly, we start remaining relaxed, cheerful, and always prepared for everything. Once in Sydney, I was invited to give a talk in Annie Besant's place. So, they called me on phone. Swamiji, what topic should we write on the board? I said, okay, write. Living on war footings principle. When I reached there, that old lady says, Swamiji, already the world is in such a turmoil. Why you are bringing that living on war footings? I asked her, what is your mother tongue? She said English. I said, I accept my defeat. Living on war footings means what? Is it you are creating a war there? Living on war footing means, suppose you are on a war front and the enemy comes. Will you tell him, excuse me, tea break? You have to be ready 24/7. That is spiritual life. It is not a part-time profession. It is a full-time preoccupation. Normally what happens to us? We'll be doing one mantra mala, or then we'll be sitting for meditation for half an hour, or sometime do this. No. We have to remain in awareness 24/7. Our condition is like one of my friend in US. She was telling, Swamiji, I want to reduce my weight. Therefore, I have started taking only salads. Where I go to the salad counter, I take it. You like to come? I said, come. So I went, I took all that grass. And thereafter, now let's go. No. Now we'll have a little ice cream. You are eating salad first. And I said, okay, get me one scoop. One scoop? No, I get half a kilo. So cancel all what you are doing. In the same manner, here we imagine that I want to realize, but not today, tomorrow. Remember, if the truth is experienced here, then it is truth. If the truth is experienced now, then it is truth. If the truth is experienced in this situation, then it is the truth. If it is there, it is a ghost of the truth. If it is then posthumous, it is an imagination. It is under a particular condition, then it is the bluffing oneself. See, my friends, but normally we get carried away by all these things. If I do, Swamiji, how much time it takes to get realized? And by the way, I am following you. Can you please tell me how much I am progressing spiritually? What can you do? So I say, stand properly. Then I pretend I am looking. Only up to knees. ऊपर का खाली है. How far I have come spiritually? Friends, truth is not in fractions. Either you know or you don't know. You cannot make fractions out of infinite. Suppose you are asked, are you there? Let me think. Therefore, ततः पक्वकषायेन नूनं विज्ञात वस्तुना शुभाप्यसो त्वया त्याज्यः. Now when you are thus working on these lines, slowly, you will start remaining effortlessly calm and quiet. Now nothing disturbs you. Here, Vasistha Bhagavan clearly tells, don't get lost in that. How we get lost in that? On the door outside, a board is hanging. Keep silence. Don't disturb. Meditation in progress. So, we become obsessed, one-sided. You will see many places, they are so obsessed with silence. Little bit of disturbance here and there, they get agitated. Particularly, you go to that vipassana. Excessive thing. See? I can drive the car perfectly well, but only one condition. What is the condition? I drive only on the football ground. Is it required for driving on football ground? You have to drive in the traffic. In the same manner, spiritual life is not lived in the ashram, but in the din and roar of life. That is spiritual life. See? Those who have got too much of security, their spirituality is like what? Like the bonsai plant. Bonsai plant looks beautiful. How much care we take. And on that plant, if a mosquito comes and sits, that branch breaks. Because no strength. And such, they are called as touch me not brand. Chui mui. See? Suppose somebody tells them that I doubt very much you ever know anything about it. See? Spiritual life is not a part-time profession. It is not becoming a bonsai. We have to live in the same world where everybody is living without becoming extraordinary. Remember this principle. Spiritual life doesn't make us extraordinary. On the contrary, we are carrying the burden of extra on our head sufficiently. I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am Indian, I am not Indian, I am educated, I am poor, I am rich. So much of burden, specialities. In addition to that, I am spiritual also. See, friends, and if we are really walking that path, then Shubha asau api tvaya tyajya vasanogho niradina. See, then we go beyond even the good and bad. Now understand it. Too much of noise disturbs us. Then we try to seclude ourselves and remain in quietness and study and know the truth. Thereafter, all the time remaining in the quietness. What for? We have to go and jump in the world. See? One person wrote a thesis on swimming, got PhD. But when the floods came, he has to take somebody's help because he cannot swim. In the same manner, studied, giving lectures here and there, but remaining in the security of so many things. See, friends, we have to jump into the world. Then we are walking spiritual path. See, friends, I remember once it happened in Mumbai. There was a big stage like this, and 5-6 Mahatmas. I was also called. That time I was young, many years before, 30, 40 years before. So when I came, they said, I was sitting on the floor. Maharaj, come up, you are giving lecture, you come here. So I went up there. Then he said, who is your accompanied? They call it, asandhari. Asandhari means somebody is always with the Mahatmas who carries the asan. So wherever the Mahatma has to sit, he has to put the asan, and on that asan that Mahatma sits. He asked me, who is your asandhari? I said, you. He got so perplexed. Okay. Now why you require somebody to put the asan? Don't we do when you take a child in your lap, you put a asan? Lest, hey friends, how come you don't have anybody with you? I said, I have, you are with me. Are you not with me? Of course. Don't carry burden on your head. If you want, hold on to Kanhaiya Lal. He will never forsake you. Hey. This is one of the reasons I don't talk much on devotion. When you start it, it is easier to talk on Vedanta. It is impossible to talk on devotion. It is so simple. Therefore, Shubhapyasau tvaya tyajyaha vasanogaha niradhina. Therefore, first, noise is rejected by observing silence. After having come to silence, do not get attached to silence. Then go beyond sound and silence. How systematic it is. And then we come to know where we are caught up. Hey. I was very obsessed with cleanliness. Now also I am. But awful it was. And once I went to some place in Hyderabad, and my good friend, nice people, and the bed on which I was supposed to sit in a room, they said, Swamiji, this is your bed, you'll be staying here. And I saw that bed sheet was so dirty that it can't be further dirtied. You can imagine if you take a bed sheet and wipe the whole hall with water and all that. What a beautiful design it will have. That kind of bed sheet. Swamiji, you are sitting here. So I was thinking now, what can I do? That day I realized how obsessed I am about cleanliness. Friends, if we learn from our experiences, then only we are walking spiritual path. So I had one option, scold them, hey dirty, I do you think, oh, one option. Second option is now work on yourself. But how can I sleep on this thing? Now think about it. When they all went, I closed the door, removed the bed sheet and slept without it. Time pass. Attention is not on the bed sheet, attention on your mind. Are you at peace yourself or not? You cannot change the world. The world is like this. Therefore, Shubha api asau tyajyaha. We have to rise above this. This is called technically dvandva, complementary opposites. And this is one of the highest spiritual practice. See, bad should be conquered by good, and good should be dropped to go beyond good and bad. Otherwise, we are obsessed. You must have seen. Once in Bombay, in some place, my lectures were there. So when I went there for giving lecture, normal thing, garland and introduction. You know what the introduction gave my introduction? Now our Swamiji has come, relax. So I said, what kind of introduction? He said, Swamiji, before you, there was another Swamiji who has been very intelligent, very nice lectures he give. But he is Narasimha Rao Garu. So angry. If somebody comes 5 seconds late, he will like to cut him into small pieces and eat. Looks at him. If somebody gets up halfway and goes out, he will again become angry. So he said, but you don't get angry whether somebody comes and goes. I said, I know. I have got a very simple understanding. Those who are sitting, are they listening? Or those who are going, they are not listening? Both are the same. Why? Because I am not addressing you and talking to you. I am addressing my mind and talking to me. If my words will not change me, do you think it will change others? See, our Samartha Ramdas Swami has composed Mana Sajjana Bhakti Panthe Chizave Tari Sri Hari Pavijeto Swabhave Jani Nindyate Sarva Sodu Nidyave Jani Vandyate Sarva Bhave Karave. Oh my dear mind, follow the path of devotion. In devotion, you are dissolved, only He remains. Mana Sajjana Bhakti Panthe Chidave. Sada Sri Hari Pavije Dosavave. Think of Him, basically. And Jani Nindyate Sarva Sodoni Dave. Whatever is wrong in a society where you are staying, avoid that. Jani Vandyate Sarva Bhave Karave. Whatever is accepted in a society where you are staying, live in that standard way. Don't try to be a black sheep in a white flock. How important it is. To whom? Not to others. Mana, to the mind. In fact, the one who is speaking in the satsang, he is the one who needs most the satsanga than the listeners. How important it is. Therefore, as much wrong things bind us in life, much more right things bind us in life. Therefore, Shubha api asau tyajyaha. Don't get obsessed with goodness. And then we come to know this world is made up of the threads which go crisscross. You take any cloth, the threads do not go in one direction, they are crisscrossing. In the same manner, in this world, there is nothing which is singular except Paramatma. Everything is with a complementary opposite twin. Joy, sorrows, gain, loss, friend, enemy, good, bad, health, disease. This is how the world is. Now, what should be our approach? Become one-sided or go beyond? So, first bad is dropped or wrong ways are dropped, right ways are adopted. After you are adopted the right ways, you are above that. Now, don't bother about the world. Accept the world as it is. Then we are walking spiritual path. Otherwise, our rules and regulations trouble others that we don't understand. You must have seen also that there are many Mahatmas. Wherever they go, they have got big cans filled with what? Ganga Jal. I take only Ganges waters. So, for them, 3, 4, 5 big tankers are carried, and then food is cooked in Ganga Jal. Mahatma Ji takes only Ganga Jal. Then वहाँ जाके मरो ना. How much we trouble others? See, friends. Therefore, Shubha, good and bad, this is how the world is. So what is sadhana? Accept both of them equally without getting influenced by them. Chidakasho avinashatma tasmat Vishnu rajayata tasyapi hridayam bhojan parameshti vyajayata. Now the knowledge is being revealed. Up to here, how do we deal with the things that are told so that we are taken care of the mind? So the first part of spiritual life is learn to mind your mind. After that, now the knowledge is given. Chidakashaha avinashatma. Chidakash. There are 3 spaces. I don't know whether they are here or not. There is one book, Akash Yoga. I don't know if there are not. Is it there? Okay. In that Akasha Yoga book, we have presented this. I think I delivered that talk 3 days in one of the international yoga conference. So when I went, what should I talk? We don't know. You never tell anything. Talk whatever you like. I said, okay, we'll talk on Akash Yoga. So, first is this space where we are. This is called technically as a Bhutakash, gross space. Second is the mind space, Chittakash. And third is the conscious space, the Chidakash. Now we have to clearly understand this. Bhutakash, gross space, supports the gross world, rejects none of them, but at the same time never gets influenced by the contents. So first sadhana will be what? Let us start playing what it is like being the gross space. See? So, gross space has no beginning, no center, no end. Is it not our experience? We have no birth experience, no beginning. No growth experience, we remain the same. No death experience, no end. So essentially, we are like space. Now, what does space does? Supports everything, rejects nothing, but at the same time doesn't get influenced by anything. So what will be our spiritual practice as a gross space? Live in this world carefully, happily. We don't have to react to anything in this world. This is living in meditation. Then, after we conquer this, then we will come to know the worldly things will not disturb us. Their presence or absence will not make any difference. Then, after we graduate from here, then we come to the mind space, chittakash. So, like the gross space has got gross contents, and yet they do not influence the gross space, in the same manner, mind space has got thought contents. And the thoughts also do not disturb or touch the mind. Good thoughts also come in the same mind. Bad thoughts also come in the same mind. Mind is not good or bad. The thoughts are good or bad. Space supports the round as well as the square. What is space? Neither round nor square. Merely the mind supports. Good thoughts, bad thoughts. Mind is neither good nor bad. When you take this stand, then you will not struggle. I don't know, too many thoughts. Don't disturb your meditation. No. Refuse to get disturbed for anything in this world. That is spiritual life. Small little things are enough to upset us. Okay? Then we come to the third state, the Chidakash. Now see the three components. Bhutakash, the world of experience. Chittakash, the experience of the world. Chidakash, can there be experience and the experience world without the experiencer? What is Chidakash? Chidakash is the solid space. Gross space we understand emptiness. Then the mind space we understand emptiness, thoughts come and go. But solid space, how do we understand? To understand this, again, very simple example. Gold is a solid space for all the ornaments. Meaning what? Are we bringing ornament from outside and putting it on the gold? Where from all the ornaments are coming? From within the gold. So all the ornaments are unmanifest, existing in the gold. And therefore, gold doesn't get influenced by any ornament, whether it is present or not present. If this example is clear, Chidakasha is the solid space, meaning everything is contained in me. I only express as a waker in the waking state. And when the wave dies, it goes back to the ocean. It doesn't go somewhere else. Then I alone express as the dreamer in the dream state. When the dream is over, Where the dreamer goes, he goes back to me only. Mayi eva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pratishtitam, mayi sarvam layam yati, tad brahmadvayam asmi. Solid because other than the gold, there is nothing in the gold. Space because all the unmanifest ornaments are existing in the gold. They don't come from outside. Chidakasho avinashatma. This conscious space, avinashatma, can never be destroyed. We can see the destruction and birth of waves, not of the ocean. We can see creation and destruction of the ornaments, not of the gold. We experience creation and destruction of the waker, dreamer, and deep sleeper. We continue to exist. See, my friends, this is that. So, Chidakasha Avinashatma, this conscious space is common. It is not, it is separate for the gents and separate for the ladies. No. Like gross space is common for everyone. Mind is common for all of us. When the same mind gets identified with a particular body, it becomes individual mind. The common space, when we construct a wall in a particular area, that is my 1 BHK. And when you remove the walls, where your BHK has gone? See, friends, so in the infinite, the finite is only imaginary, not real. Therefore, that which is imaginary, when we give the status of reality, we suffer. So, Chidakasho Avinashatma Tasmad Vishnu Ajayata. Bhagavan Vishnu is born out of the Chidakash. Then, Tasyapi Hrudayam Bhojat Parameshti Vyajayata. Now the process of expansion begins. See? Vishnu is all pervading. So, this Chidakasha is the container of all the relativity. The infinite contains all the finite, but the summation of the finite is not equal to infinite. Mathematics. See? All the possible past, present, and the future waves are contained in the ocean. Does it mean that ocean is the total of all the waves? Much more than that. Atyatishta dashangulam, beyond everything. Now, is it not waking as support, waking goes, dream comes, dream as support, dream goes, deep sleep comes, that goes, samadhi begins and ends, that goes. I am the same. So who am I? Supporting the waking as a waker, but not becoming a waker. Supporting the dream as a dreamer, not becoming a dreamer. Supporting the deep sleep as a deep sleeper, not becoming a deep sleeper. Supporting as the samadhi as a samadhi person, yet beyond that. That is our essential nature. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atma eva abhut vijanatah tatra ko moha kashokaha ekatvam yasmin sarvani bhutani atmannevanupashyati sarva bhutasthamatmanam na tato vijugupsate. When we come to discover all are in me and I am in them, can there be an element of hatred for us? Meaning, when we include anything in the definition of I, we are free from the virus of hatred. There cannot be hatred. Now take a very gross example. This is how I learn. This example I have given in some of my talks. I always feel I have got glasses, so I do like this. No glasses. So many years glasses. So, there was one girl who used to come for my talk. In Delhi it happened. A Punjabi girl, very beautiful, sit in the right in the front and attentively listening. So after the talk, I used to go. Some 1 or 2 days thereafter, I was invited somewhere for breakfast. So she also came there. I said, oh, you are also invited for breakfast here. Swamiji, this is my house. Because I don't know whose house is what. Then I said, okay, let mummy people, you sit with me. My attention was on her nails, long, red color. I said, hey, give me your hand. For the first time, I have seen the girl's hand, long nails from so close. So I asked, hey, what do you eat? They became so red, My nails are not becoming red. I also like it, And we do some injection, they go so tall. And she was feeling very uneasy. Anybody will feel uneasy. And after that was over, then next day she came for the lecture. Her hands holding like this thing. And like this she was sitting. The whole lecture my attention was there only. After the lecture, I say, hey, come here, come here. Yes, Swami. Show me your hands. No, Swami. Show, I want to see it. So I saw that. Oh God, no more long, beautiful nails. What you have done? Swamiji, I felt very awkward. I cut them. Oh God, you should not have done. Anyway, I like those nails. Please give me them. Where are they? Swamiji, what are you talking? I had thrown them away. Be attentive. When they were included in the definition of I, they were beautiful. When they are separated from the definition of I, they are garbage, is it not? Why great masters don't hate anybody? Because they are all in me. We only have this imagination. Somebody loves me more, somebody loves me less. Because of this. Chidakash. Like the Chidakasha has no problem. Waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi. Man, woman, young, old, makes no difference. See? So, Chidakasha vinasha tasmad Vishnu ajayata. So the process of expansion started. Then tasyapi hridayam bhojat parameshti vijayata. Then from the heart come the lotus. Then the big lotus came out. And on that lotus there was Brahmaji. Thereafter what happened? Then Sasruštva Sakalam Sargam Nana Vyasana Sankulam. Then he, Brahmaji, created the whole world with varieties of things, good and bad. Jagama Karunamishaha Putra Dukkhat Pitayatha. And then Brahmaji became so miserable because he saw his creation full of contradictions, good and bad, killing going on, and good people are being tortured, etc. So he became very, very uncomfortable, very miserable. Jagama Karunam Isha. He had great compassion for his creation, just like Putra Dukkhat Pitayatha. Like the father is very miserable when the son is disturbed or unhappy. Then what is to be done? Tapo danam japas tirtham natyantam dukkhanashaye tat tavat dukkha mokshartham jnanam prakadayamyaham. Then he created tapasya, follow austerities in life, danam, do a lot of charity, japaha, do the chanting of the Lord's name, tirtham, go to holy places, na atyantam dukkha nasha shantaye. By these techniques, you can never attain complete eradication of miseries in your life. I told you this in a different way. This is all doing. I do tapasya, I do charity, I do japa, I go to the holy places. I is maintained. I do meditation. Do you do meditation? No. What you do? Frustration. See, friends, I am not telling you imaginary, it has this authority of the scriptures. Therefore, don't do meditation. Once you do it, then you start thinking, yesterday meditation was good, today maja nahi aa raha. Is it ice cream or what? Maja nahi aa raha. See? Tapodanam japastirtham na atyantam dukkha shantaye. They will never remove the ultimate misery of life. Then tat tavat dukkha mokshartham. Then after having practiced this, you are somehow or the other preparing your mind for arrival of the divine. See, they are okay up to a particular level. Then dukkha mokshartham jnanam prakadayami aham. Then Brahmaji thought that let me create knowledge for the eradication of miseries and attainment of fulfillment in life. Dukkha mokshartham. Jnanam prakadayami aham. I shall now reveal the knowledge. Iti sanchintya sruštvatmam manasa proktavanaso gaccha bharata varshatvam lokanugraha hetuna. Having come to this point, thereafter he created me and told me go to Bharatvarsha and explain to the people of Bharatvarsha what is the real meaning of spiritual life. Now there are many more things. We will take it in our next session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.